Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's Grumpy Vlogger Live.
And hello to everybody. How you guys doing? Wow. Got a pretty good crowd starting tonight. Gotta make sure I put this over on live chat. To the top chat. So anyways, let me just jump right into it. We'll just bring in my my co-host. And let's just go ahead and add him right now.
Yeah.
Hello. Hey Art, how you doing, buddy? Oop, let me shut that thing off. There we go. I know you're not froze. Did I shut that off or not?
No, you haven't shut it off. That's why I was going like this.
Yeah, there we go. Okay. And
hey, a couple guys need to be Smurfs. They need wrenches.
Do they now? Let me see
who
we got
Mud
here.
Ball and Northside Hawk.
Okay. All right, we can do that real quick. Let's see. Oops, there we go. And where's the other one here? Oh, there we go. There we go. All right, taken care of.
Yeah, take care of those folks.
Yep. So, how's your day been? Did you start your new job yet?
Yeah, well, this is my second day, and
okay.
We're 8 hours and 45 minutes, so that I could get 5 hours on Friday. And we get a 45-minute lunch, which is kind of cool.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. Okay, so you liking it or work, right?
It's different.
It's different.
Once I got finished with those big wires, they got me on these little 8-inch wires where I had to. It already had part of the sheath taken off. I just have to pop it off, and then there's a braided wire that I had to move away, and then down in the center there's another coating that's like a mylar. You gotta take that off to expose the 4 wires, which is covered by paper. You gotta tear that off. So that's what I've been doing for the rest of the day since about 1 o'clock. So it's different.
It's different what you've been doing, because you were with that other company for quite a while, weren't you?
Yes, I was. 26 years.
Yep. 26 years. Wow.
Yep.
Okay. Hey, let's welcome people in.
Yes, let's do that.
Jody at Drone Shots, Grant, Mr. Stay Drunk, Northside Hawk. Artco, you're here. Yay. Trevor from Australia, Scott Nadeau, and Mudball Creative. And let's see who else we got in here. Adrian. Yes. Adrian. Got him in here too. And yeah, so I sent out some invitations. Drone Rob. All right, you made it. All right. Oh man, it has been a Billy Tompkins welcome. It has been hot today. I was out. I had to. I still didn't get a good night's rest because they didn't get but I got one of my meds in today. I finally called the doctor, and
your happy pill?
Yeah, well, I wish. No, it's just something that's keeping me from hurting so bad where I can sleep. And it's one of my pain pills that I take, but it's not much. But you got to go through this rigmarole here in Oklahoma. You know, you got to, say you're not going to sell it on the streets and crap like that. You know, so they'd call, and you have to go through this questionnaire.
Yeah,
blah blah blah, and it's a medicine that wasn't even, up until a few years ago, wasn't even classified as an opioid. It's tramadol. It's, they used to sell that. They used to give that stuff away at the VA hospital because it wasn't addictive. Well, it turns out they were wrong about that, as usual.
Yeah.
But my primary care physician, he prescribes it for me, and so I talked to him on Friday, and talked to the nurse, and she went over it with me, and yeah, whatever. Okay, she said I'll call it in, so I go and pick it up. It wasn't until bedtime I was getting ready to take when I found out what they gave me, are Tessalon pearls, which are actually a cough preventative. Two different meds altogether. So. And by the time I figured it out, I couldn't get hold of the doctor's office because it's way too late. Cardoso Medias.
Hey, Kenny. Good to see you.
But haven't seen him on here in a while, so
yeah.
that's good.
Been a while. I see him once in a great while.
Yeah, I haven't seen him as much as I was there for a long time. But anyways, so finally today I called and I got hold of the doctor's office. I called the pharmacy first to make sure it wasn't stuck in their electronic ether space somewhere, lost in lost in transmission or whatever.
Yeah.
No, it never came through. So, okay, I called them and she says, well, those aren't even the same medicine. I said, well, you know that. I know that. I said, obviously the nurse that I talked to Friday knew that, but apparently the doctor doesn't know the difference. My regular doctor was off on Fridays, so so you get what you get, So they got it for me, so I had to get out and go get that, and it was 108 degrees here today.
Oh,
driving across town. It was just like, Ghost in the Summer, laugh out loud. I was always out the lake. Yeah, it makes sense,
Yep.
Right now, it's too hot to leave the house. I mean, I drove across town, and even with the new cooling fan on my van, it's struggling to keep it down to temperature. You sit there for just a little while and then it wants to start climbing. But and it doesn't start cooling. I drive across town, which is, I don't know, about a 5-minute drive across town, and then it doesn't even cool down. You sit there, and by the time you sit there, then the air conditioner's not pumping out like it should because you're just sitting there idling while you're in line. And it doesn't start cooling down until about 2 blocks from the house, and it finally starts getting really. Really? What's the point, But anyway, so that's, so I'm dragging butt again, but hopefully by next week I'll be, let's see, I'm waiting for 100 degrees plus coming to this southern Hampshire.
Southern Hemisphere.
Oh, Southern Hemisphere. Yeah.
He's down in Australia.
In Australia, yeah. Yeah, it's and we're supposed to be getting a little bit of a break here in about 2 days. Tomorrow it's supposed to, and my van said it was 108, but the temperature said it was 104. But, and that's without, the heat index. But tomorrow it's supposed to get up to 108, not counting the heat index. So, and that's going to be our hottest day probably. And so we're getting into the last two hot weeks of the summer. We'll have a little break in a couple of days. It'll be in the 80s and 90s for a couple of days, and then it'll shoot back up to 100 in about a week and a half. And we'll probably be after that. It'll probably start cooling down, getting into fall weather. So, but this has been a hot friggin' summer. I'm telling you, I just don't have it.
It has.
And part of the reason I'm dragging is because I have MS, and MS is exacerbated by the heat. So it's just draining all the time. But anyway, so you got that link I sent to you yesterday, so we know where Mr. DeSantis is from now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Italians, Hispanic. They're all Latin based. I went off. It was closer than Greek. But, yeah, but it's just been a crazy summer. It's just like I ain't got the energy to do anything. I've been going to do something for 3 days. I'm sitting there watching right now. Judy's sleeping because there's not much else you can do. Watch TV and sleep, and the pup is trying to wake her up, and she's just, finally the pup, he decided to go under it's cool enough in the bedroom right now. He's under the covers, so. being a Chihuahua, they shiver at anything anyway. So it doesn't take much for them to get cold.
They like a Dutch oven once in a while.
Yeah, what Grant says, making y'all. Yeah, I made the mistake of looking at the chat when you told me that. You want to say that again? See if I catch it this time.
Chihuahuas enjoy a good Dutch oven once in a while.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Making y'all jump through hoops for prescription meds, but they are doing nothing to stop all the fentanyl from coming across the border. And that's it, you know. It's to the point now I think they're going to start regulating Tylenol before it's all over. But hey, you can go down the street corner and buy fentanyl.
Yep.
You know? Yep. And I just saw yesterday out in California, they just they just had a huge bust about $10 million worth of drugs, and it's I don't remember the name of it. It's it's not a new drug. It's been around, but it's basically used as a tea, and apparently it makes you happy. And it's considered a class 1 drug, but you know you cook the tea up. The nanny state is worldwide. Boy, that's the truth too. But yeah, this and I never heard of it, but it's some sort of stems and flowers that once cooked down, then the extract off of it makes you happy. Yeah.
Happy together.
Yeah, exactly. And I think probably they need to, instead of impounding that, they just need to distribute it, you know. Especially out in California. You know, if they made those people out there happier, they wouldn't be so pissed off at the rest of the world. So.
Well, here in Denver, the police pulled over a guy going 110. Then they found a crap ton of cocaine in his car. Yeah. Now we know why he was driving so fast.
That's why he's driving so fast, yeah. Oh, it's crazy, I'm telling you. They're trying to stop all these other drugs coming across, and yet they're not really doing a very good job of it. Now they've got these, of course, this, I can't remember what it's called now, and it just aggravates me. You wonder if it works on me? I doubt it. Right now, I don't think anything would make me happy. I'm just, I hate friggin' summer when it's over 90 degrees. I mean, I just don't like that. When it gets up around 100 degrees, especially here in Oklahoma, because we got humidity to go with it.
Yeah, that's the downside.
And it just is not. There's just no point. You know, like really, I got to get up today. You know, no. Well, I probably ought to get up and pretend like I'm doing something. So, and Judy woke up earlier. I actually took a nap before the show. I mean, I fell asleep for about.
That's good.
Took a little bit of a power nap, but I sent out invitations to several people. If somebody would like to come on, just say so in the chat and
come on down.
Yeah, really, because you know, I was going to talk about something else. You know, that's my problem. I can't remember. I think of these great ideas, then I have a power nap, and anything that was in my head has just been flushed away. You know.
Well, that's why you need to write it down before you take a nap.
Well, I write stuff down on here all the time, and then I forget to look at it, or I forget to update it. You know. But yeah. So, if anybody would like to join the panel tonight, feel free to chime up, and Art will see to it that you get the link. That's your job, Art, to make sure somebody gets in here besides just you and me. But yeah. Oh, did you hear about that gal at Dallas Love Field out there that she about 10:30 this morning she gets dropped off at the airport. She goes in, she steps in the bathroom, she comes back out, she's changed into a hoodie, and then for some reason just points a gun in the air and starts firing right there at the airport.
Wow, what airport was that?
Dallas Fort Worth. Love.
Wow.
Yeah. Love Field, Dallas Fort Worth Airport. Yeah, DFW. And of course, she's in the hospital now. They did not. They didn't kill her.
They didn't do a DRT.
No, they didn't do a DRT.
That would have been good. Save a lot of taxpayer money.
They did capture her. Well, she's in the hospital because they shot her in the lower extremities. And I mean, what kind of, and of course, because of that, because she'd been dropped off by somebody and they don't know where she got the gun from. Flights got delayed going out of Dallas because TSA decided maybe we ought to start checking and see who might have got in here with a gun. Let's go through everybody again. So every person had to be
now let's
reassessed.
Let's stop them right at the door when they come in. Instead of making them, come in, go to the ticket, and then go through TSA.
Yeah. She was actually at the ticket counter when she did it. She went up to the ticket counter, and I think it was Southwest Airlines. Well, that might explain a lot.
There you go.
She is a pissed off, because they probably screwed up her. I don't know, but I saw that.
She should have gone to Frontier. Yeah. If there was an airline, they'll screw you over.
Oh yeah, Frontier. When my sister used to fly out to California. Both my sisters had flown back and forth from California, and invariably, if they flew on Frontier Airline, their flights either got bumped before they were leaving, or bumped before, or they got, delayed coming back, or canceled. And this is back in the 60s,
Wow.
And Frontier Airlines
be pretty good back in the day, but lately, when I went down to Florida, I got canceled on the way out there, and I got canceled on the way back. But nice thing about it is they paid for my ticket back. So
that was nice. My son took. It was one of those flights going to Florida that was they only flew down there twice. They flew down there on Tuesdays and came back on Thursday. They were cheap seats. They were really cheap seats. Unfortunately, they had two airplanes that flew from Tulsa International down to I can't remember where at in Florida. It was on the Gulf side of Florida, so it's on the east west side of. Yeah, St. probably Pete. Tampa. Yeah, St. Pete. One of those places there. Anyways, the first they were supposed to take off on Thursday. They went down there and spent 2 weeks down there with my granddaughter when she was living down there. Well, they got there and they showed up on the the next Tuesday it was available. The plane made it in, but then it got grounded because it had nothing but issues, and they didn't have another plane.
Oh,
so they wouldn't be able to leave until Thursday. So they ended up staying at a hotel for 2 days and seeing the sights around there because she lived a little further down. And then come Thursday, there's Ron Lockwood. Speak for the devil.
Hey,
hello, Mr. Ron.
Hey guys, how are you?
I'm doing good. How about you?
Good.
Is it hot up there?
Man, yeah, it is.
Yep. Wyoming, it could be 100 plus degrees or it could be 50 below in the wintertime.
There's no happy medium.
There's nothing in between. I mean, you really don't even have 4 seasons. You have winter and summer, and that's it. Anything in between is just a guess.
And there's a reason why trees don't grow there. It is flipping windy up there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's the reason I got a tree guy coming tomorrow.
Okay. You have a tree fall in your yard?
Well, I got one that's kind of grown, kind of retarded. It comes straight up, and then it has like an elbow, and it comes right towards the house.
Ooh,
it has like a big bend in it. This guy, he just moved into our community. He's new, and he used to be a Chicago cop. So him and I will have some interesting stories to swap tomorrow.
Right.
I met him. But he's got a 25 years of tree experience, and there was a tree in Chicago that he had cut down, and him and like 10 other guys took like 2 weeks cut this tree down. This thing was huge.
Oh,
Right.
Must have been a big oak or something.
Yeah. But yeah, I just don't. I don't want the thing. Like I said, with the winds we get out of here,
Yeah, that's right.
it's either going to take out my side deck or my house.
Well, I got a tree limb in my front yard now that's hanging to the ground. I mean, it snapped off. It's a huge. It's a lower trunk limb, is what it is. It came right off, and it's been. We had this storm blow through, and it just snapped this limb. And fortunately, it wasn't facing the house. It wasn't up against the house. It was one that was facing the neighbor's yard. So, excuse me. And but it's gotten too hot for us to get out there and cut it, so it's still hanging there. And well, the other night we had a thunderstorm roll through, and it'd been like 104, 105 degrees that day, and we had this thunderstorm come through. Well, I ran up to get us some tacos from Taco Bell, and something about getting a Chihuahua just makes me want Taco Bell. I don't know why, but anyways.
Taco Bell.
Yeah. Yo quiero Taco Bell. Anyways.
Yeah.
I went up there, and when I came back, there was a truck had turned down the cross street that comes before we turned on our block. And all of a sudden, his flashing lights come on. I'm thinking, okay, is that a patrol car? What is that? Turned out it was a city truck. I had to back up that cross street to get to the next one and come back around the backside of my house because this tree had split in half and laid out in the middle of if it'd been 20 minutes earlier, that thing could have fallen on me coming back from the
Wow.
Taco Bell, but yeah. But they had it cleaned up by the next day, but it took out literally half the tree.
Wow.
I was just telling the guys on Paul Murray's show, had a pretty dramatic rescue, attempted rescue. Ended up being a recovery, but unfortunately, we have a lot of underground caves here in the Black Hills of South Dakota.
Right.
And the one is called Wind Cave National Park. And it's kind of interesting. It's near, it's about 20 minutes from my part-time job. I was working the ambulance over the weekend, but depending on the barometric pressure, you could stand outside the entrance of the cave and you could get winds from 2 mile an hour to 30 mile an hour.
Right.
But they had a guy, unfortunately, suffered a cardiac arrest down at the bottom.
Oh,
and we were 360 some feet down underground. Yeah. That's one of the books for my career. I can't say I've ever tried to do a rescue 300 some feet underground.
No, that's it. Yeah. Yeah, and that happened. Was the guy a young guy or was he an older guy?
He's an older gentleman. Yeah.
And he decided to go spelunking?
Yeah. Hey, you know what? I think I'll go into this cave.
Yeah, let's go down 300 and some steps.
Yeah.
And go down.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's bad. His family was there, and I think it was his daughter said to me, she said, what are his chances of making it out of here alive? And I'm like, I'm going to be honest with you, it ain't good. Because you're in a very remote area. I don't have most of the rescue / ambulance / fire department. They're all volunteer.
Yeah.
And they're 20 minutes, half hour away. So for me to get help in there, try to do my job and work on them and try to carry them up 300 some steps. Yeah. That's
I want to say hi to Dre, Recovery One, Chris Wedgeworth, and who else has got slipped in here since then? And of course you, Ron. Yeah, that's a but the guy was doing something he apparently wanted. He was spending time with his family. If that's going to be your last moments, I guess that's the best way to go. Is get it over with quick instead of getting old and lingering.
Yeah.
I'm kind of glad they gave me that cough medicine instead of the pain medicine because it sounds like I'm needing to use it. So Gary from Brant Hair. Yeah,
it's tuned up a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, it's yeah, I need to I didn't take it. Yeah, I know. I don't know what it is. I know what it is. It's these damn cigarettes. I know what causes it. It is what it is. And yeah, I'm pretty sure that's it. But and hello, Gary from Brad Ariels.
Yeah.
I had another patient last night. Matter of fact, speaking of that, he was 68.
Lake Pilot, welcome.
And transferred him from one hospital to another, up to a hospital that had a cath lab. And he looks at me, he goes, "Ron, you seem like a hell of a nice guy, and I'd like you to be honest with me." I'm like, "Okay, shoot." He said, "I'm overweight, I'm out of shape, I don't exercise, I eat like shit, I smoke, and I drink a lot. You think I ought to quit that?" And I'm like, "Yeah, you might want to, consider
give up one of them." Yeah,
Yeah.
The food, yeah. See, and that's where that's part of my health plan right now. I've quit eating. I just I'm not interested. And I've lost. Since in the last year, I've lost. Let's see, 50 some odd pounds.
Wow.
And so and that's what the smoking is good for. It helps me lose weight and keeps me from snacking so much.
With your digestion.
Yeah,
I used to say back in the day.
Yeah, it does, man. And
say listen hard.
Yeah, it's like it's and they're so
remember
smooth.
Those ads on TV.
Yeah, exactly. I do too. Yeah.
Winston tastes good like a cigarette should.
Good. Yeah.
Oh, good. Now we're all hacked.
Now we're all
welcome
hacked.
to the Grumpy Bloggers show.
Damn. Don't do that.
COVID actually is starting to take another round up at my work. We got 3 employees out right now.
Yeah.
Oh?
Yeah.
Oh, with the COVID? Oh, boy.
Yeah, we got the big C.
Yeah. Yeah. It's it's going around. And, I've been, the thing is, it's been so damn hot. I haven't been around anybody because it's just, it's just been too unbearable to go anywhere. So I'm not really exposed to it. I know what my problem is. It's just I shouldn't smoke. I do. And I've quit numerous times. I've quit for as much as 8 years. And then something comes up and I think, and that's the problem. I do enjoy smoking, but, I could smoke cigars. That would probably be a little better because you don't really inhale those, but I don't like the smell of most cigars, and the only cigars I really liked were the Swishers, and that was usually when I was drinking. So, and I don't drink anymore. So, I mean, what the hell? I mean, that's the only vice I got left is smoking,
You remember the old Swisher Sweets? Yeah.
Yep. I used to, yeah, I know, life is too short not to enjoy. Yep. Well,
life is short.
I'm at that.
Your dessert first.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Hey,
I'm one of those guys.
Pipe.
And let me tell you, folks, we have the foremost expert on our panel tonight to tell us about life being short. Sorry, I just couldn't. I had to let.
Art, did I hear you got another job?
Yes, I did. Today was second day. Yep.
What
started Friday.
What is it you're doing now?
It's a cable company, not the kind you watch. It's the kind that we make cables for electrical components. What we do is we cut them, put plugs on, so we can connect them to other electrical
things,
components,
Yeah.
like a transformer or something.
Believe it or not, Dominic, I did know your name because you're one of the people I couldn't remember, and I put your name in my directory because I see everybody and I forget their names. I'm at that age. I forget my own most of the time. I don't know what the hell is in that coffee, but it's kicking my ass.
Name you'll never forget. His last name is Papa Sergio.
That sounds like a really great pizza, and I'm craving pizza. It's like Papa Sergio's Pizza. No offense, it just sounds like a. There you go. You can, and he's in Australia, right? There he goes. He can market Australian pizzas. Papa Sergio's.
Papa Sergio. Yep.
Yeah, good Italian name. Yeah. Sort of like DeSantis, which I thought was. We had a discussion on Art Show yesterday. I called him. I said DeSantos because I'm thinking it's Florida. They're probably Cubans. Okay, no, he's Italian, and it is DeSantis, and that's why I mispronounced the guy. I just made the assumption the guy was Cuban. And what I didn't realize is I sent you that link, Art, with that had some good information about him, what all he's done in his life, and he's anyways, that was on your show yesterday, which we talked about politics on your show. On this show, oh, what the hell, we'll talk about whatever the hell we want. Let's see. Let me show this. What does it say? What does an Eastern European give his wife on her wedding? That's long and hard. Oh, God. I don't know. I'm scared to ask. A new last name. Oh, my God. Yeah.
Well, hey, Art, I did something today. I did a thing today that you'll appreciate.
Okay.
I bought a boat.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, it's not a big boat, but it's a boat.
It's a boat.
Cool.
Yeah.
What kind is it?
It's what they call a John boat.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
It's actually fairly wide. It's flat on the bottom, and it's 12-footer.
Okay.
I could not beat the price. Oh, my God. I was looking for something. I live 3 minutes from the lake.
Right.
I'm kind of out of plot. I'm probably one of the only people in the whole community like, oh, that guy moved here. He don't have a boat. He's strange.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
So I finally bought a boat. But yeah, it's I'm gonna go pick it up on Wednesday.
Cool.
I went and saw it today. I found it on Facebook Marketplace up near Mount Rushmore. Went to the guy's house today, and older gentleman. He bought it for his son, and then his son ended up with the military, got deployed or moved over to Maryland, and left the boat here. And it's been used twice. It's 8 years old. It's been used twice.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
The motor, it has an electric motor, trolling motor, and there's not even grass or dirt or anything on it.
Oh, boy.
Okay.
Wonderful.
So the price was good, and so yeah. So
now, do they have regs on what size of boat you can have on the lake there? Because some.
I don't think there's any small size regulation, but
right.
As far as big, I don't know. It's considered a reservoir, but I call it a lake. It's freaking huge.
Yeah.
It's a big reservoir full of walleye. Walleye is really good eating fish.
All right, Gary.
Yes, it is. Yep.
Yeah.
I went fishing a week and a half ago with my friend Rick, the candy man, and we caught a whole bunch of walleye, but none of them were legal size. And then we caught some pretty good sized perch, about 8-9 inches long. And if we could have caught a bunch of them, those would have been good. But we only caught a couple big ones.
Yeah, I gotta check the regulation. I don't know what legal size is here.
Probably 18 inches.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's usually the norm on that.
Drone
probably
fishing,
have
Lloyd, you probably remember him. My friend, I was at his house one night, and I think I live streamed with you.
Right. Yeah. I know.
And disabled. His daughter was here from Salt Lake about a month ago. Not even that long, maybe 2 weeks ago. Anyhow, she surprised him. She came, her and her husband came to visit, and there's a guy in my local community here. He lives about 15, 20 minutes from here, but his daughter surprised him and found a guy on Facebook. He's not a guide, but he takes people out. He charges them, a fee.
Yeah.
Has apparently pretty good sized boat, but took him out. He had an electrical outlet on his boat, which enabled my friend to plug his concentrator for his oxygen on.
Cool.
Got just under 40 walleye that day. They just handled it. Yeah.
Wow.
So.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. God, I haven't been out on the lake, and I was sitting there trying to think. The last time I was on the lake was it's been about 5 years. I think it's the last time. I mean, we have a cabin up there, but we don't. It's about 1.5 miles from the lake, and we just don't. Plus, by the time we think about it, it's usually the middle of summer, and it's too friggin' hot. I don't care where you, especially like this year.
Yep.
That's the cabin you have now, right? I hear you talking about that once in a while.
The lake drive.
Right?
Do what?
You have a cabin, right?
Yeah, we have a cabin. Yeah, it's on a 110 by 125 foot lot.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it's got electric. It's actually a 12 by 40 portable building that's been turned in. It's been turned into a tiny home. It's it's about 300 square feet. It's got I've got a septic tank, electric, water, got everything I need there.
Cool.
Don't have the we have the toilet in, but I have to put it because of where the cabin sits and the lay of the land. I'm having to use a
pump.
I can't remember what it's a pump basically for the sewer. It's a eviscerator pump.
Oh.
Because it has to go out a little ways and just slightly at about a 2% grade up. So that's why I use that's why I've got the eviscerator pump for it. I just don't have the line run from there. That's where the whole idea of the poo powder came from, because we were using that in our portable toilet in the cabin.
Oh yeah.
So we I got the toilet, the eviscerator pump. I found it all. It was cheaper to buy it through eBay and Amazon. Actually, through Amazon, they shipped it here for free. I bought it from 3 different people. The top, the bottom, and the pump system. It was cheaper than that than to go down here to my local plumber and buy the whole thing as a kit. Is all put together.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's like I saved, because they want like $1,200 for that system. It even at a plumbing supply place, and I got this whole setup for like $300. It's all brand new. I mean, it's all brand new, still it was in the shipping box, and they delivered it to my front porch, and all I had to do was put it in the van and take it up there and unload it. So
cool.
Now I've just got to run the sewer line down down through the building, and it's got to go about 25 feet where it ties into the septic system. But and so we're pretty much, we, like I said, we have everything up there except the internet, and that will be something I'm going to start looking into in the fall, because that co-op up there is offering fiber optic to the house.
Mm.
And I think it costs like $30 a month, and you're getting 1 gig up, 1 gig down.
Wow.
Yeah,
darn good.
Yeah, that's real good. Compared to what we got here, which is, I think 1 gig down is $60 a a month here, and it's only 44 44 gigs up, or megs up. Yeah, 1 gig down and 44 megs up. Yeah, so hopefully we have a new company that just took over our cable company, and hopefully they're going to bring fiber optic to all the houses. So.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's pretty bad over here where I live. They still have copper, and you can tell.
Yep.
Huge change. But
they went through and changed out a lot of the lines and put fiber optic in, and but it's not to the house, and so and they have to run along where the power lines are at, which means, unfortunately, our power lines are above ground, which I think in a place like Oklahoma where we have windstorms, tornadoes, ice storms, it should all be underground, but nope, it's above ground here. Like,
interesting.
What part of, but, and of course the cable can't go underground because they have to run along the same route as the electric or the utilities line. So the same with the phone. Well, actually, I don't think there's any phone lines left unless it's in a business. I don't think anybody has a phone line in their house because they've switched everybody over to like my home phone here. It's I've got a home phone here, and it plugs into it's a regular house phone, but it plugs into a Wi-Fi router that it's all Wi-Fi, and it connects to wherever it is that it connects to. It's not part of my internet system at all. It's
okay. It's not a VoIP then.
No, it's not part of. It's just like my cell phone, except it's has a small router / Wi-Fi thing, and like, okay. And they sent it to me. They said, yeah, you need to upgrade this. And they sent me a new one, a new phone. Okay. Whatever. But, we've managed to get through half the show without a shameless plug. So let me go ahead and
do that.
And I'll do a quick shameless plug. And here we go. This is what, telephone over IP, Trevor, you're right. And this is what helps pay the bills here, folks. And I appreciate anybody and everybody who has bought from these stores. And I got some new designs for shirts, I just don't have them up yet. Matter of fact, hopefully next week I'll be sporting a new shirt. And let's go back to this. There we go.
Yeah.
And we're back. Okay. Yeah, like I said, I got one of the cup designs I'm going to be using is similar to this one here. This is a new design that this is probably going to be very similar to the ones that I give out at Christmas time, for
Awesome.
Yeah. So
before I forget, Lloyd,
yeah.
I don't 100% know my schedule yet, but I have 2 friends from Pennsylvania coming on August 1st. I come home from work the 3rd. I'm taking them up in the mountains. I'm taking them up in the middle of nowhere.
Does anyone play banjo in your group?
Yeah, I hope so. We should be back Saturday night, but it'll be Monday the 8th. I'll probably go back into town with them, hopefully. But if you're on that Monday night, as long as Miss Judy approves.
Burgess?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. She'll sleep through it. She won't know.
Okay. I said no promises. I don't know but if I do, I'll jump on it. I jumped on. Was it last year or the year before? I think it was.
I think it was year before, because last year I don't think. No, it was. It might have been last year.
It might have been,
or it might have been 2 years ago, because year before COVID was pretty heavy. But you guys, let's see, 20. I can't remember now. I've slept since then, Ron. Hell, I've gotten older. I can't remember what I did yesterday.
Yeah, so
I did art show yesterday. That's right.
Should be 2 Mondays from now. Yeah, they're getting into town, and I'm taking them up to Red Lodge, Montana. Thank God, our hotel was spared. Red Lodge, Montana was part of that Yellowstone National Park flood.
Right, right.
They had 100-pound boulders washed down through the middle of Main Street.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and we had booked a hotel like 3 days before that whole thing took place, and anyhow, I called the hotel for days, couldn't get a hold of them.
Right.
I wrote them an email and said, "Hey, I'm going to cancel our reservations. I understand, tragedy and whatnot."
Right.
Well, here a couple of days later, they finally called me. They called me personally and said, "Our hotel has been spared. Everything went as close as across the street, but our hotel is perfectly fine." So we're still going.
There's hope.
Yeah, but I'm really excited about taking my friends up there. We're going up to, when you go up to between Red Lodge, Montana, and the northeast corner of Yellowstone National Park, you go up to just pretty close to 12,000 feet elevation.
Right.
You're up in the clouds, and it's just it's so scenic. But those guys have never been out here; they've never seen that, so I'm really excited about showing them. And, then I'm going to bring them into Cody, which is 40 miles east of the eastern gate of Yellowstone. Right. And then we're going to bring what they call the Bighorn Mountains back, and it's full of moose, elk, wolves.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping to see some wildlife for them.
Maybe they could get a selfie with an elk.
Yeah. Believe it or not, there's a bunch of dumbasses out there that try to get selfies with buffalo.
Yeah.
Hey, look at those fluffy cows.
Yeah, the fluffy cows. Don't pet the fluffy cows. They still do it.
I know. Oh, I know. It's just, people are just.
They're dumbasses.
Exactly. I mean, and the unfortunate thing is there is no cure for stupidity.
No.
Keeps me employed.
That's true. It does. I can see. Yeah, it keeps you busy, right? Yeah. Oh man. Hey guys, don't forget, top of the hour. Ron Brown and Drone Nation.
Drone Nation.
And yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah.
You think
that's some beautiful country up there. I always loved going up to Yellowstone. Mm-hmm. I was just, especially as a kid, because it was really, this is back in the 60s, and it was really a treat to go up there. Jackson Hole was always my favorite place, especially on a Saturday night, because they always had a shootout on Friday and Saturday nights in town.
Yep.
And oh my God, silver dollars. They had, you get everything and especially at Jackson Hole, everything dealt in silver dollars, So.
Yep. Where they have the what's it called, the $1 million cowboy bar in Jackson Hole.
Yeah.
That's a cool place.
Yeah.
Even locally here, up in where I was today, up in Hill City, South Dakota, where I bought the boat today, they have gunfights out in the street, like in the summer and during the rally. And there's one guy that always comes up there, and Art, you would appreciate this. He's like 7'8" or something like that. Wow. He has what they call a Mopan syndrome. Same thing that Abraham Lincoln. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I went up to him one day, and he was out there, in the middle of a gunfight. And after the fight was over, I said, "Hey, anybody ever call you Shorty?" He goes, "Nobody had ever lived."
Yeah.
Pretty cool
guy. Yeah. That was always some of my favorite. And oh my God, there was one of the lodges that I think they all had them by before it was all over, but the antlers that all the
the antler arch.
Yeah, antler arches. Yeah, it's just like, oh my God, and I can't remember where we stayed at, but we always stopped at. We'd come up from Denver because we'd get off. My dad would get off work and we'd leave town on a Friday, and he'd get his week's vacation. So after he got off work, then we'd drive up to Jackson Hole and spend the night, and then head on over to Yellowstone.
Yeah.
Or we might spend a weekend at Jackson Hole and then head up to Yellowstone.
You head up in the south end of Yellowstone, yeah. Yeah, they got that big arch in that one city park. It's like a giant arch of just nothing but antlers.
Yeah.
Antlers, yeah. Yeah, that's, I mean, those are the things that I remember as a kid that I thought was. And the last time I was in Wyoming, we were driving across, was coming back from Michigan, and we'd actually gone up into Michigan because I was still stationed I was stationed back in Arizona before I got out and divorced at the same time. I got discharged both ways. I got released from the divorce, released from the ugly wife, and released from the service at the same time. So that was a blessing in disguise. But anyways, we were coming back from Michigan. We'd gone up around Lake Superior and come back down through Minnesota, and then cut across Wyoming. And the antelope were so prevalent. This is 1981, 80, let's see. Been 1980. And the antelope were just so prevalent. And they were coming up to the fences, and you could walk up and pet the antelope. They were that tame at the time, And farmers were trying, they were paying people to come in and kill them because they were just devastating, all the crops and for the, yeah, I remember, I even have some pictures of me I'm going to have to look. I don't know if I still have any or not. I think I still do, of me petting an antelope, like an idiot would, but they were on the other side of a barbed wire fence. But what do am I thinking that these guys can go,
See, you set the example, Lloyd.
I set the example, Yeah.
I got these deer in my yard that are so damn tame, and I feed them every day. And this is the honest God truth. I feed them corn all the time.
Right.
And I had 3 or 4 of them out a couple weeks ago, and they'll eat right out of my hand. And
right.
They were done eating. I built a little watering trough right there in the side yard. They found that because otherwise it's a half a mile for them to walk to go get water. Well, anyhow, I went in the house this one morning and bring out another cup of coffee, and I brought out a bag of Hostess glazed donuts. As soon as they heard that bag rattling with me opening the donuts, they're like, "What the hell was that?" I went over and stood on the steps, This is the honest. Like I said,
yeah, can we have some? Yeah.
It's cracked me up.
Yeah. It's here's the thing: a lot of people that aren't from that haven't grown up with the outdoors and stuff, they see something like that. They see, well, okay, these things are spoiled, and they're sort of pets. But on the other hand, that at some point there's a chance they're going to get shot.
Yeah.
Somewhere along the line. And you think, well, that's terrible. How could anybody shoot a pet like that? But it's for the safety of the herd. It's for the health.
And they're yummy.
These,
they are
these
too.
Here, granted, they've been fed in the neighborhood before.
Right. So they're not going to
6 months to gain their trust, to get them to come in. And
right.
The only small regret I have is I'm wondering if I've gone too far. I was sitting out on my side deck the other day. I have a big stone top table out there, sitting out there with my iPad and reading, and I feel like something's watching me. I turn around and look. That one buck was up on the third step of the porch, and he's staring at me. It's like, dude, corn, donuts, you got something here,
Oh, we got spammed.
Yeah. I was trying to get on.
Love chat.
Yeah, I was
inside. Woohoo! Let's go.
Yeah.
I was trying to get on it, and I couldn't. It was going by so fast.
Go. Somebody.
Yeah.
Oh, Lloyd got it.
Yeah. And let's see, hide user on this channel.
You're getting popular now, Lloyd.
Yeah.
Trolls are coming around.
That's the first time I've had a troll come in. Yeah, it's good. That's the first one of those. Yeah, it's the first one of those trolls I've ever had come to my show. I think.
Really?
Especially that one. That's a new one. Now, did anybody? Now, before I delete all those, make sure you copy that address down so you can go check it out after the show. Don't go check it out.
Site.
Yeah. Don't go checking it out on my show because that's just rude. But if you want to go check it out afterwards, I'll leave it up in the chat.
Check it out. Please share.
Yeah. Not even good. I started taking a drink. I was about. Yeah. Anyways. But
yeah, that's right, Don.
I like that. There you go, right there.
Go looking for the ones that red-headed trannies called Ginger with Nuts.
Oh, Ginger. Anytime anybody's ever asked that question, Ginger or Marianne, everybody goes for Marianne.
Yeah.
The farmer's daughter. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ginger
farmer's
was
daughter, preacher's daughter. Yeah, she was too expensive. Who could afford her?
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, that's why she wasn't on any of the Return to Gilligan's Island and Rescue, because she was too expensive to be on the show.
She was.
Yeah. Northside says he's Team Ginger. All right.
I had a girlfriend like that once in California. This is the honest God truth. I can tell you this quick story. I take this girl. We've been dating for about 3 months, and I take her out to my work. I worked on a military base out there on the helicopter, and the pilot, when we went to visit on the military base, he's like, I got to go out and do a maintenance run. He's like, Ron, I'm going to hook a brother up. He says, you two want to come with me? Like, take the girlfriend out on a helicopter ride. We went up over the mountain. We viewed the Pacific coast, and it was awesome. We get back, and she said that was the best experience I've ever had in my life. I'm like, yeah. Like Ron's got points tonight. But on the way home, we're 2.5 hours from home. Girl was always hungry. So she tells me I need to eat. I'm like, okay. First thing I could find was a Subway. It's 9:00 at night.
Right.
Find a Subway that's open. I'm like, you go to a Subway? She said yes. No, it's not like it was the first date. We've been together for 4 months.
Right.
And we get a sandwich. Well, after we ate on the way home, it's like super quiet. And how women are. When they get quiet, it's like, oh, fuck. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, what'd you do now? Yeah. No, that's all right. Yeah, exactly.
So I asked her. No response. We get home back to my place, and I had to ask her. And I said, what's wrong? And she said, well, do you really want to know? And I said, I do. And she said, no man has ever taken me to a Subway. I'm like, okay. And then she said, and furthermore, and I'm like, oh, there's more. She goes, I don't like the way you dress. I think you ought to be dressed more appropriately when you're with me. I had a nice pair of Docker shorts on, t-shirt. It was 98 degrees out.
Yeah.
Appropriate.
Yeah.
But here's the funny part of the whole caveat of the whole story. Well, needless to say, that was our last night together because I was ready to kill her.
Oh, yeah.
The very next girl I date, we go out a couple times, and then she called me up one night, and she said, hey, do you want to go to Santa Cruz? I was living out in California. I said, yeah, absolutely. That sounds like a good time. She goes, I'll meet you tomorrow morning. She goes, we'll leave from your place. Okay. So we go to leave. She comes down to my place. We're spending the weekend in Santa Cruz. She goes, I got one small favor to ask on our way out of town. I said, okay. She goes, I'm hungry. She said, do you have a Subway here? I thought I was going to fall over laughing. It's so funny. I'm like, I'll tell you the story later.
Yeah. After 3 or 4 more dates, then we can discuss past experiences and why now Subway is.
I'm not going to take a girl to Subway.
Yeah.
Well, you can take her. On that same thing, I'm not a sandwich eater. I've never been a fan of Subways, but Judy always liked them, so I'd go up and I'd get the Philly steak and cheese sandwiches and get her. Mm-hmm. She liked the cold cut combos, and I don't know, here a 3 or 4 years ago, and I just wasn't a fan of it. I'm just not a sandwich guy, but I'd get it because she liked it, and we've been going ever since the Subways opened up here in Muskogee. So for 20 some odd years, I've been getting Subway sandwiches, on and off over a period of time. So finally, I said, it was one of those nights. What do you want? I don't know. I don't want a hamburger. I said, well, all right, let's go to Subway. I'll take you. I'll go get Subway. She says, I really don't like Subway. I said, huh? She says, I've only gotten Subway sandwiches because you liked it. I said, I can't stand Subway sandwiches. How long have you been like that? She says, I've never liked it. So why in the hell have I spent 20 years buying friggin' Subway sandwiches and I'm just now finding out? Oh my God. It's like, she says, you're kidding. I said, no, I can't stand the damn things. I don't like sandwiches. You ought to know that. She said, well, I wondered why you kept going to Subway.
Yeah.
Because I thought you liked it. It was like, boy, talk about lack of communication. That was 20 years of marriage there that I'd been buying eating sandwiches I didn't like.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. Yeah. It's, so when you said Subway, it's like, oh, that's what it reminded me of.
I found out this girl, the guy she had dated before me, Rich, kind of knew a lot of celebrities. She went to a dinner one night with Charlie Sheen and
right.
So apparently Docker shorts and Subway was not in her vocabulary.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, the only thing she could have got permanent from Charlie Sheen was an STD anyway, so it's like
Yep.
Like there you gotta think, oh well, maybe I'm pretty lucky that I didn't stay with that one.
Yep. I would just said, get out of my car.
We came home and she told me all that, and I'm like, I need to go for a walk. I went for a walk. She stayed the night, And the next morning, I got up, I made her coffee while she got ready for work, and I said, "You have a nice, safe drive home." And as she was pulling on the driveway, I said, "I hope I never effing see you again." Saying to myself,
yeah.
"Bitch."
Well, it's like, my second wife, that was one of those where I was drunk when we got married. I was drunk for the year and a half we were married, and when I sobered up, I realized I'd married Coyote Ugly. Ooh, that was the ugliest damn woman, and I had to have been drunk to have married her because she wasn't that good anywhere else, and she was ugly. Her sister was good looking. Her sister was really nice, but, that's what sobriety was good for me. I got out of a really bad marriage.
You were wearing the beer goggles.
Yeah, I was for about a year and a half.
That's one way to have great sex, is talk about her sister. That
there you go.
Yeah. Actually, her sister was pretty decent. Her sister was the one I wanted, but somehow or another, it was one of those that we had a fling, and I was getting ready to transfer, but I was going to Colorado first and going back home, and I said, "Yeah, I'm gonna go up there." She said, I'll go with you," because she was transferring to another base as well. I said, "No," I said, "I can't." I said, "We wouldn't be able to. You'd have to stay sleep on the couch, or I would, because mom and dad aren't going to let us cohabitate if we're not married." And she says, "Okay." I said, "Okay, what?" She says, "Okay." She says, "Kids, he proposed." What? And looks like we got our.
There we go.
There we go. Yeah.
Love chat.
Yeah.
We're going down to the love chat.
Yeah.
Baby.
But yeah, it's like she proposed, and I was the kind of guy that was, thought, okay, she missed, and I tried to explain, and the kids were all. She had 3 kids from a previous marriage, and it's like, so I went ahead and married her. It's like, should have known better, but finally, she did me the biggest favor in the world. She cheated on me, and it's like, yes.
There you go.
And I was she told me that afternoon, and that was in Tucson, Arizona, and by that night I was in Muskogee, Oklahoma. That quick. It's like,
there you go.
Yeah, there we go.
Yep.
Packed my bags and got the hell out. Called my folks. Yeah, my porn is calling again. I know. I told them not to advertise on this channel. It's supposed to be over on Pornhub. What the hell's wrong with them?
Report instead of hide.
I think I forgot to.
See those 3 dots on the side?
Yeah.
It says, don't hit
there it is,
channel.
Report.
Don't hit remove, hit report. And then
right, there we go.
It'll say pornography. Yeah, I'll click that. And there you go.
Yeah, I just did the same thing, so.
And Northside Hawk said, "Look, I step away from the chat for 1 second."
Yeah, exactly. I've made the big time of YouTube. I now have oh my God. Yeah. So, guys, we managed to, to be honest with you, I'm glad I took that little power nap. I didn't know. I didn't know if I was going to be able to make it through an hour, because I was so tired today. Because, as I said, I didn't have my drugs. Now I got my drugs again, and I'll be able to sleep good tonight. But anyways, yeah. Oh, I hate it when they do that to me. It happens about. Yeah, I've made it big time YouTube. I now have I don't know what they get out of that. Well, it's China.
Yeah.
Yeah. Chinese guys sitting around.
They love you a long time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, and
I'll try my best in 2 weeks. No promises. I don't know what I'll be doing that Monday, what the schedule is, but if I'm in town,
awesome.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah,
definitely. Yeah, and I'll send you the link.
Yeah.
And
regardless, I live about 45 minutes to an hour from there now. I used to be 15 minutes.
Yeah, I know.
So, but I'm going to spend as much time as I can with my friends, and I know they're going to want to be in town. Now, Tuesday, right. Again, I don't know what the cell service is. The following day, which would be August 9th, we're going to El Zeta, Montana. There's at least 5 or 6 of us that are going to a bar called Topless Tuesdays.
Oh, okay.
It'll be probably 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of promised Matt North. I was again. I can't remember what the cell service is out there, but that might be a live stream to jump in on.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Are they only topless on Tuesdays, or are they just called Topless Tuesdays?
It's only topless on Tuesdays.
Okay.
Hence the name. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was there last year. It was pretty interesting.
Why?
Yeah.
So yeah, look it up. There's a big website they have. It's called Topless Tuesdays in El Zeta, Montana.
El Zeta, Montana. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and and this reminds me because you did one of the best campaign commercials for me, and I want to let everybody know I'm kind of holding off like everybody else is. I'm waiting to see what the Donald is going to do this year to decide if I'm going to announce whether I'm running or not. Now, if he says he's running, I'll probably just and they're back again.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Do I need to go out and do another campaign video or?
Oh well, yeah. Yeah, you may.
That last one was actually that was actually
it was real good. Actually, I'm going to reuse some of those because I realized with my campaign buttons that they don't have the year on there, so they're still good. I still got a few of these, and
there you go.
It just says
you need to cross out Jim Boyd and put Art Pearls.
Well, see, that's not on there either. It just says
good.
Grumpy Vlogger for President. Bite me, I stand for nothing, and that's pretty much what I stand for now.
That whole bite me thing is when that goddamn horse bit me.
That was the perfect timing. Yeah, that was perfect timing. Yeah. Couldn't have been better. So.
Shoot. God damn. Well, you're becoming popular on the porn sites.
Yeah. I know.
Uh-huh.
But I don't know. Don't know why, because
maybe Carlos is sending those over.
Who knows? I have no clue where they're coming from. Love chat.
The Grumpy Vlogger just became very happy after
that. Instead of grumpy, he's frustrated.
Yeah. Right now, yeah. Well, gentlemen, I think what I'm going to do, because I know Ron's over there, and we still got 11 people watching, but they're probably got Ron on one screen and me on the other, and rather than have them divide their time, I think I'm gonna go ahead and start the timer on it. And Ron, I want to thank you for coming in. It's always interesting when you always bring something good to the table. So it's always appreciated. And of course, Art, I always appreciate you being on here because you.
Thanks for having me.
Always, I enjoy it. And thanks to each and every one of you guys that have watched tonight. You could have been anywhere else and probably were at several other places at the same time, but you chose to spend a few minutes with me. And I appreciate that. So, the sandwich walks in the bar. The bartender says we don't serve food here. Oh my God. That's a good one. Okay. Anyways, I think I'm going to just go. Matter of fact, I think instead of going through the timer and everything, I'm just going to say goodnight to everyone, and I'm just going to end the broadcast here. And everyone take care, and go check out Ron Brown Drone Nation. Anyways, thanks guys for being here, and thanks everybody for watching. So I'm going to
take care. Art.
Good night.
All right, bye-bye.
Take care, Ron.
Bye-bye.